Hello, everyone. Welcome to Let's Collaborate. This is Aabir Rizvi. Before we get started, I just wanted to give you a quick disclaimer. I work for Microsoft. My HR department requires me to add this disclaimer to this video. Today, we are going to be talking about how to establish a SharePoint site and how quickly go and leverage some of the templates that are available in our dev environment. We are also going to go and establish the new security feature that's available, and I'll give you a walkthrough of how to establish that. So without any further delay, let's get started. Just be ready to download an app from the App Store if you already don't have it, and we'll be setting it up in our environment. So Microsoft.com. Here, this is the this is my tenant information, and right here it's saying help us protect your account. Microsoft has enabled security defaults to keep your account secure. Learn more about the benefits of security defaults. If you wanted to click and read more about it, you can. You can skip it for a little bit. I still have 10 more days, but I don't want to take any chances. I want to get this out of the way. So what I'm going to do is click on Next. We are going to be talking about the Microsoft Authenticator app and how to get it. You can click on Download Now, and it's going to open up a new tab and provide you information about how to get it either from the Google Play or from the App Store. And you can also put in your phone number and it will send you a link directly. If I click on Next, it's going to say set up your account. If prompted, allow notification, then add an account, select work or school. I'm going to hit Next. And then it's going to give me this place where I need to scan by downloading the app on my mobile device and opening up the app and clicking on the plus button. And let me show you what that really looks like from my mobile device in just one moment. So now I'm going to be showing you how you can go about navigating through this app. So I'm going to minimize. I'm going to go and find where my Windows Authenticator app is. So this is where the app that I just clicked on, that I'm going to click on the plus icon, and then it's going to ask me what kind of account are you adding. This is a personal account because we created our personal dev instance. So let's click on personal account, and this is where it's going to give you the option of a scan QR code. Select scan QR code. You're going to head back to the site, and this is where I'm going to. Once you take a look at this, it's going to give you a one-time password code which refreshes every 12 minutes. So what you are going to be doing is opening this up and using that as a password every time you try to sign in. And at the top of 30 seconds, it gave me a new passcode. So I'm going to close this, and I'm going to come back in signing in on the account. So let me share my screen again. Okay, we're back here. So we just scanned this with the QR code, as you saw, and now we are going to be, so it's saying that the session has expired. Please hit the back button and try again. So we are going to do just that. We're going to hit the back button and click on Next. So you see that we just entered in the phone number, received an SMS message, and we went ahead and added the verification code that was sent over to our phone, trying to access a particular account. So with that said, so now we are going to get a message for stay signed in. I'm going to say yes, and voila, we are in. The menu at the top, the waffle menu, and then click on SharePoint. Once again, creating a site can be of two types, two templates in the modern SharePoint framework in SharePoint Online. One is the team site and the other is the communication site. But team site is more for collaboration, more for tasks and document repository and so forth. So today I'm going to create a site, and I'm going to call this site Iron Man Home. I'm going to make this a public site. I'm going to hit next. I'm going to add a couple of additional people. I'm going to add Adele and I'm as an owner, and I'm going to add Diego as a member, and I'm going to hit finish. So creating a site is really that simple. So you have a site, a shell site that's created with few apps. In the left navigation, you can see some links here, right? Conversation, you can see documents, notebook pages, site content, recycle bin, and edit option. There's also an option to link this site to Teams, but we are going to do that later in one of the other videos. So if you want to see what's behind on the main screen here, this is what the landing page is. Page above the fold, you have different web parts. So all of these widgets are called web parts in SharePoint. You have news, you have quick link, you have documents, you have activity. And you can always customize that by hitting the edit button, which we will in just a few minutes. At the top, this is your name of the site. You can customize this section, the look and feel of it, and also this IH, the default naming convention that SharePoint picks and adds here a 2-digit naming format. You can always update that with a different logo. On the right hand side though, it shows that it's a public group. It shows that I'm following it because I created the site. But if you're not and you're visiting a site and the star is not, enabled, which means you haven't clicked on it, that's really means following. You're saving it as a favorite, which you can access if you click on the word SharePoint. On the right, you have it's showing that I have 3 members that's part of this site. If you click on it, it shows you that I am one of the owners because I created the site. Then I added Adele as an additional owner and Diego as a member. I can always click on this and change the membership status within the group, within the site, or I can remove the person from the group altogether. I can also click on add members to add additional people if I wanted to. Right above this section is where your name appears, so you can click on my office profile or click on view account. You can also update your picture over there. And on one of the videos that I'm going to do, I'm going to cover that particular piece as well. You have help, and then you have settings, and you have next steps to improve your sites. So you can also click on this to understand. It's going to give you some hints. Upload files, collaborate on shared content with your team. It's going to provide invite team members to increase the engagement. Additional steps would be to post news, communicate with your team by sharing updates and announcements, and add real-time chat. That is to add Microsoft Teams and linking this site with a Teams, which is in one of the other videos I'm going to cover that topic too. So I'm not going to do this based on this. I'm going to show you everything else as well. So if you click on the gear icon, this icon is called a gear icon, right? You get a number of options: add a page, add an app, add site content, site information, permission, site usage, performance, change the look, site design. Change the look, if you click on it, it gives you some themes that you can select from and change the coloring themes that you're seeing. If I click on it again, it's going to give me header option, which I can select minimal, and notice this became really small in the minimal setting. I can pick standard, and it's going to expand that, and I'm going to, if I select extended, it also add an additional layer, so it really makes this a bit more thicker. In certain instances it may make sense, but I like compact for right now. Theme, I can select different backgrounds. I'm going to leave it where it's at, but if I select like this color, I can add, I can get a different color added altogether over here. So I'm going to keep it white. This is where I was talking about you can change the logo and you can add something here. So if I click on change, I can quickly go and find an image if I have on my computer, and I can simply add that in there, you know, for the sake of making it look like something else. So this was just an example of an image that I could have added right now. Also, site logo can be changed. So I'm going to go and pick the same site logo, picked it, clicked open, and that will be added here too. Site title, visibility, I can turn it on or turn it off. So see where it says Ironman-home. If I don't like to have that enabled, I can remove it, or maybe my logo kind of covers it all. Then I can always disable it. So with that, I'm going to save these changes to my header, and I'm going to now turn towards site content. If you click on site content, that's when you will get the back end of all of the site elements that exist. See documents, form templates, site assets, style library, site pages. You can click on any one of these to you know, look at it, look at this particular app more deeply, more inside of it. So this is where we can go and click on new and click on a Word document and always create one of a test document called, I'm going to just label this Iron Man, and I'm going to save this document, and I'm going to give it a name. And I'm going to save it. So as soon as I click outside, since this document is opening within the browser, I don't need my desktop client app for Word for me to do any kind of work. That's another benefit of SharePoint. So I can simply X out of this document, and that document, as you can see, saved a few seconds ago. So if I can see that the name has been taken, how I gave it, and so forth. I can also click on upload. I can get the folders uploaded, files, and even set up certain templates. We can also create some Power Apps. We can also create some automate. We can set up alert me that anytime these documents are changed or updated, you can set up a quick alert by clicking on alert me and set up a quick alert. So let's go ahead and do that. Send alerts to, it's going to send it to my my email, and I'm going to say delivery method is going to be email. I can always select text. Change type, only send me alerts when all changes to that document occur, new items are added within this library, existing items are modified, or items are deleted. I'm going to say all changes. When someone drops a new file here, or if someone tries to delete it, I want to know. Send alerts for these changes. I want any changes. I want someone else's changes when someone else changes the documents. So I think I'm going to say when someone else changes a document. I don't want my own changes to be notified to me. And what's the frequency of the alert? I want these alerts immediately. I want them daily or weekly. I'm going to keep it at notifications immediately because I want to know. So click OK. And depending on how important this particular library is that you're setting up, maybe you want to know immediately, or maybe you just want to get a summary in a week, you know, that hey, this week there were 25 documents that were added and 10 were edited and so forth. Going back to our site content, I'm going to click on site content on the left. So these are additional items that you can click on. One of the things we're missing here is a list. So let's turn to new and let's click on a list. Let's create a list now. I can create a list from blank. I can imported from an Excel spreadsheet. So imagine you have an Excel spreadsheet that has, like, let's say 10 columns and has, 1,000 rows of data. You want to get that in, you simply click on from Excel and browse the Excel document and hit next, and it's going to import everything into a SharePoint list. It's going to create column names based on your heading, your title in that particular column, and just set everything up for you. It works beautifully. But for our intent and purposes, there are certain templates that are given here: issue tracker, recruitment tracker, travel request, employee onboarding, and so forth. I like the issue tracker, and I want to show that template and how to deploy that. So let's click on that. So I clicked on it, and it's giving me a preview of what it's going to look like. If I want to look at other templates and a preview of what's in there, I can look at it. But for now, I'm going to select issue tracker, and I'm going to say use template. Once I click on it, it's going to give me an option to update the name. So I'm going to say issue tracker for Ironman. Mobile application dev issues. Let's just say that's what I'm tracking. I would like to add this and keep it added so that it shows up in the left navigation so I can quickly go to it. I'm going to hit create. Once I create it, it's going to pretty quickly come back and give me all of the columns that are added, and this issue tracker is also added in the left navigation. Very quick and robust. Immediately I see a new button. If I'm going to click on it, and it's going to give me new form.aspx, which is basically my entry form with all the fields in it. I'm going to quickly fill it out for you. So first issue I'm seeing is on the mobile app is that mobile app is crashing on an iPad. I'm going to provide more details here, providing more details, and see attached URL below. The pictures, for example. I'm going to give it a priority. This is critical, folks. Get on it. This is new. I'm going to assign it to Diego. I'm also going to say date reported. I'm going to enter, let's say, yesterday's date. And let's say I don't have an image right now. Once I have it, I'm going to add it. I don't have an associated file to attach. If I do, I can add it, and I'm going to hit save. Voila, this item is added, and I can show you another way to add a issue in this particular tracker list. If I go next to new, I see there's another button called edit in grid view. If you click on edit in grid view, it opens up an Excel looking view, kind of, it's like a sheet. So I can click on add new item, and I can start typing the name of this issue. So now I'm going to say mobile app not working on iPhone 10. I'm going to say this is only happening with firmware 14.0 and above and below. I'm going to say this is not as critical, this is high, and I'm going to give it a status that this is, let's say, in progress, something that we have been working on, but we found that this was never entered here. And I know Adele is the one who's pretty much spearheading this particular issue and troubleshooting and debugging it and fixing that. We had found that on last Monday, so I added that. and this is days old. It's going to track on its own. So this is pretty much filled out, but I have to click on exit grid view for this to really save. So once I click on it, this line item got added pretty quickly. So I have a new, I have an in progress. One is 1 day old, one is 5 day old. So that's all great. I can always export this list out in Excel. So if imagine if you have 200 list items, you can hit the export button and get that downloaded pretty quickly. You can also leverage Power Apps and create an app out of it, or leverage Power Automate and set up a flow, configure a flow to create a reminder or send a notification based on the status changes and so forth. On the right hand side, you see all items. That's the name of the view that you're looking. You're looking at view that's all items, and if you notice, there's a scroll bar at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll to the right, and I'm seeing associated file. This is a default column that was added, so I think I'm going to see if there's an option to either rename it and repurpose it, so I can make it repurposed, or I can always move a column left and right. I can hide the column, I can pin the filter, and I have a lot of other options. I can add a column brand new, which will be added right in the middle of this. So for now, under total, I see none and count. I see filter by, I show attachment last, or show attachments first, or some sorting capabilities. So under total column settings, I'm going to select hide this column. So immediately this column is hidden. Another thing you can do is if you wanted to move a column around, you can simply grab it and move it to the left, move it to the right, rearrange them pretty quickly. If you simply click on add a column here, you also get a number of options and choices: single line, multi-line, number, location, person, data. I really want you to pause the video and add a column of each of these options. It's going to give you a pretty good understanding of what are these column types and what options do you get when you are trying to create a new column with these particular values. And anytime you add this option here, for example, if I do true, yes or no, I'm going to say is this true? Is this true for Android device as well? Yes, no. I can still change the type of the column if I decide that later. I can keep a default value. I can click on more options and make this a required column to contain information. In that case, that would be basically a star field. So if I make it required, and I can add it to all content types. So behind the scenes, there is a content type that's keeping control of all of the different column types that exist for a list. So I like this question. I like it to be added to all of their content type, and I'm going to say create. So now I've clicked on, I'm going to go ahead and click on add column. I'm going to select yes, no, just to show you how a column is added. I'm going to say if this is happening only in Android, issue happening only on iOS device. I want to get a yes or no answer, and I can keep a default answer of yes, and I'm going to also require an answer for this particular question. So I can say yes. I can hit save at the bottom, and this column is added, and it's immediately requiring information to be added for these particular columns. So I'm going to quickly go and edit in grid view. I'm going to the right and I'm going to say yes for this and no for the second one, and I'm going to hit exit grid view. Immediately this is entered. Now if I click on the new form once again, you will notice that at the bottom it's saying this issue happening only on iOS device is a star field, is a required field. So and it's a yes or no option, but it could have been a text field as well. On the far right hand side here in the view, please know that you can always format an existing view. You can create a new view. So, and you have a list view, you have a compact view, you have a gallery view. So for example, the same data can be shown in a card format. So this issue tracker now, if we had images, it would even show images here and showcase it to us in a different format. Your compact view is going to show the same information with some less columns, and you can also group by a certain category, for example, status or priority and so forth. So if I click on status, you can see now everything is grouped by these particular statuses. So I can collapse these particular status columns and see what entries are in there. I can also click on the create new view option, and I can start creating a new view from the list view and kind of custom tailor it, or create a calendar view. So a calendar view for this particular item is going to kind of mark it from when it was created and so forth. Feel free to play with these views and comment down below and let me know how you found these particular views to be useful. So if I go and click on the home button, I told you that we are going to be modifying the home page. If I click on edit, I'm going to get the page in edit view, and we are going to try to add a few additional web parts added to the home page. So if I click on the plus icon, this is going to show a number of options, a number of features. But for our intent and purposes, what we are going to do is find apps here. Keep scrolling down. Keep scrolling down. So we're going to select list. As soon as I select list, it's going to show me all of the available lists within the site. If there was more than one, it would list all of them. I'm going to select the issue tracker for Ironman. Immediately it showcases the list right here, and I have the ability to change the view to show this information in a format that makes sense for my particular home page. I may keep it in the compact list view, and I also want to do something different about this particular page. Maybe I want to move this from here to here, which I can quickly do, and that actually makes a lot of sense if it sits right here. So I like that I can see my Ironman document visible on this side of the page. I see the activity, which is kind of opening up and keeping track of all of the changes we're making. I can also click on the plus icon here, for example, and maybe explore adding other functionality, other web parts to the page. One of the web parts that I would like to add is a countdown timer. I want to make sure that we are keeping track of our go live for mobile app is going to be how long I will wait. So we can select the date and time that this is going to be going live on May 1st, and we got 76 days left, and we can add a particular background right here too. So I can select a stock image, and I can search mobile, and I think I like this particular image. I'm going to insert that, and there it provides a little bit of a custom branding. It looks pretty good with just a few clicks of a button, and I can change the opacity, make it more darker, lighter, and so forth. I can also do overlay color, so I can make it more on the black tint side, which is what I like better. So I'm going to make this change, and I'm going to republish this page. Page is quickly republished. I added this this countdown. I added the issue tracker. I uploaded a document, so it's showing up in the documents section. Now I want to quickly fill up this space with maybe a news article. So let me click on add news, and let me quickly see what shows up. It gives me some templates. So I'm going to select well, I'm going to select visual, and I think I like this format. So let's click on create page and come up with a page right here. Get ready for our new mobile app launch. So this article is going to talk more about it. So let me click on this change image picture, so I can maybe add something that resonates better with a mobile phone or mobile app launch. So I am going to, actually I should search for app. So maybe I think I can pick a number of apps. So let me select this, and I'm going to insert that, and there you go. I think that's not bad. I can maybe change the color combination a little bit better. I can update this text pretty quickly. I can change the layout of the page too. If I click on edit section, it shows me that do you want it to be 1/3 right or 1/3 left. If I select 1/3 left, it's going to change how the page layout is. But for me, I think it works the way it is. I'm not going to change anything, but I can click on each one of these sections, and I can click on the edit web part, and I can go and add some text. Mobile web part is coming. Sorry, not web part, web app. Web app is coming. So I can do this, and I can save the change. So with this, I'm going to go ahead and click on post news and let this save right here. I'm going to go back to the home page and quickly see, and there we go. So now our page is coming together, as you can see. So you can see where I'm going with this, but I promised you that I'm going to show you the quick the lookbook section of how things look and how you can use a template. So let's go to lookbook.microsoft.com, and what I'm going to do is I need you to run through a lot of these exercises. Try to grab some of these templates from here. What I'm going to do is click on organization and leadership connection. Immediately I get a template which I can see visually what it looks like, what it's going to do. I can click on add to your tenant, and immediately it's going to start provisioning this for my particular tenant. So the provisioning process asks for my email, what if I want to change the title of this particular site. I can also update the site URL and hit provision. So once I hit confirm here, a communication site is immediately constructed. So if I take this URL and I try to copy paste it over in SharePoint, I'll be able to see a site, but it won't have the branding right away. The branding, it takes a few minutes for the branding to really start appearing. So I'm going to click on SharePoint right here to see if I can go back and I can see if a site is coming in. So I see this is the leadership connection site that I deployed before. So this is what the site is actually going to look like. I added my own on the logo section. I just uploaded my picture just to show you that as long as you have an image file, you can upload it there. But I can, as you can see, with a couple of clicks of a button, you have something that's created immediately, and the sky's the limit now. Like for example, if I click on edit, you know, I can make any change I want. I can click on this plus icon. I can see what sort of a section layout is set up, and if I wanted to change that, I can. I can click on the option down below, and if I want to start editing this particular web part right here, I can. If I wanted to delete this entire section, I can. So there's a lot of control that you have when you're trying to edit this particular page. If you scroll down, so let's take a look at this. So each section, as you move, will get these tools show up in the left navigation once you click on that section. So now I'm clicking here, I see the tools here, but not down below. So if I move down, I'm still seeing these because of the top. So I have to click in this section, and now these tools appear. So if I wanted to add something right here, I can hover over my mouse in this section, and don't click on it until your mouse has this pointy finger on the plus sign, for example. So if I click web part and I'm going to add a Bing map, once this starts showing up, I'm going to call it Chicago, Illinois. I'm going to do downtown Chicago. Yeah, Chicago loop is fine. And yeah, I think I'm happy with what it looks like, and I'm going to republish. So if you quickly see, now there's a big map that's added on this page, which could always be moved to the bottom of the page real quick. But all of these elements can be edited the same way, or new sections can be added just like how we just saw. So with that said, that concludes our video for today. Please go ahead and make this page your own, start modifying these pages, and we'll come back and provide additional videos, additional tips and tricks as we go through our presentations, and as we go through teaching you all of these particular topics. So thank you very much for being with me. I hope you enjoyed the class, and we'll look forward to meeting you again. Take care. Bye.